Welcome to the podcast that is instant classic every single time. You know what? It doesn't work like that. Let's just go back to the classic. Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. I don't know. Maybe we'll work on the other one. You know, it could grow on us. I don't know. I like the original. Well, we'll work around it. But anyway, we're back talking about some Ring of Honor this week. And I know a bunch of people, have been, kind of complaining about it being, on Destination America being from a couple weeks back at, prior pay-per-views. I get that, it is pre-recorded, but I mean, it's still, for people like me who for a long time wasn't able to watch Ring of Honor on TV every week. I don't care if it was recorded a month ago. As long as I'm getting Ring of Honor, I'm happy. And we're still going to do the reviews. So, you may have already seen it. You may already know. We're pretty much seeing it for the first time unless we watch the pay-per-view. I didn't. So, but anyway, I just wanted to kind of go over that a little bit because I know I was looking on some different websites. People were kind of upset that, they were doing like reruns or whatever. But, you got to get what you can, take what you can get, But anyway, so this week's show was okay. I didn't think it was anything too really spectacular, which I don't normally say about Ring of Honor. I usually am really excited about Ring of Honor shows. And not saying this was a bad show. It just, it wasn't, as full of as wrestling as much as I am used to Ring of Honor. There was a lot of video packages and promos and stuff like that, which you kind of expect that after a big show like Best in the World. So it's okay. But one thing I wanted to point out is I love how in Ring of Honor they have the two opening videos. I like in the Creating Excellence one how they still show guys like CM Punk and Bryan Danielson. I'm going to refer to him as Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor and PWG and stuff like that. But I like that they still kind of show them in the first one. Even TNA doesn't really show guys like AJ Styles in video openings anymore, which I wish they did. But it just kind of shows that they respect these guys that helped build Ring of Honor. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, next getting into the show, they showed a pretty unique video package. It was just all pictures from the Jay versus Jay title match, which was kind of cool. You don't really get video packages like that anymore where it's just still pictures, kind of almost like a slideshow. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I definitely like the video package that they show every single week, where they start out with the older kind of the guys who built Ring of Honor, kind of the guys that have made it big, I guess you could say. I definitely like that because it does, show some respect, and it's in your archive, so you can still use it. It's not like they're using WWE footage or anything like that. So I wish TNA would kind of take note of that and maybe put that into some of their stuff. But then again, as soon as they do that, people are going to be like, well, they're copying Ring of Honor, so I don't know. I like that though. I like that Ring of Honor does kind of show respect to those who wrestled before. And as far as the Briscoe Battle of the Jays or whatever, I liked it. Definitely was a fan of it. Only thing is they did show the actual highlights of it later on in the show, as far as in one of the inside Ring of Honor pieces that Mandy Leon does. So we still got to see it. We still got to kind of see. If you didn't get to watch it, you got to kind of see a feel of it, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to see those highlights or not, but I know I don't know if they show them on Destination America, if they only show them on syndication.
No,
I'm
they
not really
don't
sure.
only show it because I didn't see that. Um, I haven't seen her in a while. At least I haven't seen her on the Destination America one. I've seen her on the other channel that shows Ring of Honor here now. Um, but you know, anyway. So getting into our first match, first of two matches tonight, we get Watanabe versus Dalton Castle. Um, this was quite a unique match. It was a great match, really fun to watch. My favorite part was when Watanabe goes into the corner and summons Dalton's boys. That was pretty funny. I don't know if they're paid to automatically, when you're in the corner, no matter who it is, they're supposed to come up. I don't know, but I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go in the corner. Hopefully they come up and start to fan me a little bit, whatever. Um, but yeah, it was a pretty good match. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything too spectacular about it. I didn't think it really kind of started any feud. It did afterwards, but not with Watanabe. We'll get to that in a second. Any thoughts on the match itself before I get to what happened after the match?
Yeah, I definitely like this match. Um, I definitely thought this was a good match. I love Dalton Castle. He's just a different character. Like he's not like he's over the top, but it's not like to the point where he's too over the top. Like Orlando Jordan to me was kind of too over the top, where Dalton Castle is kind of over the top in a really really like unique way. And that's what I like about Dalton Castle. Um, yeah, I thought that was funny how Watanabe summoned the boys, and Dalton was like, no, 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 you don't get paid. You don't get paid to fan him. I thought that was kind of cool. There was like a lot of stalemate type of sequences where both of these guys would go for similar moves, like maybe one after the other. Um, I thought that was pretty cool. Watanabe really knows how to kind of play with the crowd a little bit. Kind of even with the American fans, he kind of knows how to kind of get under their skin a little bit, which I think is really cool, or at least make them laugh, which I like. The Texas Cloverleaf like a backbreaker that was done. Um, and I don't know what Castle calls his finishing move, but I want to see it more, please. Thank you. Um, Good match though. Definitely liked it. Dalton Castle is probably one of my favorite guys in Ring of Honor. He's so unique, and that's something you always want. He's so unique. Kind of drives me. It drives me to a point that I went to a wrestling show tonight and I saw this character that was like, um, "Can I fix it? Yes, I can," or something like that. And I would like to see that character be in a mainstream character, like someone come in and like act like they need to fix professional wrestling. I think that would be a cool character. Like they be like a kind of a builder gimmick, um, and do something like that. I think that would be a cool gimmick. I just saw it tonight and I was like, I actually kind of like that.
Yeah. Um, anyway, after the match, Dalton Castle grabs a mic and he says, there's a lot of boys here tonight, and at best in the world, it was abundantly clear there's only one real man in Ring of Honor, Dalton Castle. Um, to which Silas Young comes out, not too happy. He doesn't agree with that. They kind of cut it off, went to commercial, but just kind of, I guess, building a little bit of a feud between them. We saw a pretty good match with them, and I thought it was just going to be a one-time match. It didn't really seem like they were going to do anything with it, but it looks like they are going to try to build a little bit of a feud, which I think is going to be an interesting feud, just the character dynamic between the two, because they're very similar in certain ways and then very different in other ways. Any thoughts on the little promo there?
Yeah, I definitely. I liked it because Dalton Castle did like it was kind of cool how the boys just kind of knew how to align themselves so he could like lean back on them. I thought that was really funny. Don Castle and the boys, they work really well together, which I think is really nice. And yeah, I agree. I think with Silas Young, because he is the last real man in Ring of Honor. So, Silas Young and Dalton Castle, they have that dynamic where their characters can really play off of each other. The way Dalton Castle is, where he's young too, so he's kind of like a boy compared to the last real man. Like it's a cool dynamic. I like it.
But Dalton Castle is the only real man in in Ring of Honor. Yeah, Silas might be the last real man, but we all know. I mean, if you can wear that little peacock thing that he wears, you're a man. You don't see Silas Young wearing that. You don't see Silas Young using humans as chairs. I don't think so. Anyway, that just got weird. And if somebody just came in on the show right at that point, they're going to be like, what are they talking about? I don't think I want to watch the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast anymore. Anyway, so after the commercial, Nigel McGuinness is in the ring, and he introduces Jay Lethal for the inaugural, interview after a title win, which Ring of Honor does, which I think is kind of cool. That they have whenever after every win. You know what I mean? I wish the WWE and TNA did that. You always get the promo, but it's not like an official interview where it's set up as an interview. It just kind of it again makes it kind of feel like that old school kind of feel. Which I think Ring of Honor does really well. They respect the business. They kind of make it feel old school while kind of still being new and seeing fresh faces and fresh wrestling. But anyway, he comes out and first off, Nigel tried to ask him, well, you have both titles. Which one are you going to decide to give up? Because you can't having the only two singles titles. There's going to be nights where you're going to have to defend both titles, and Jay, he's like, you know what? I'll do that if I have to. I will, defend both titles in one night if I have to. I'll do multiple matches. He doesn't want to give up anything. He's not going to give up his title. He's not going to give up, the House of Truth. Nothing. So I thought that was kind of cool. I wonder, who he's going to lose the television title to, because I imagine he would lose that first, because, I mean, he has the world title, so he doesn't really need the television title, give it to somebody that they can kind of build up some more. But anyway, Roderick Strong comes out, he is the number one contender for the world title, so they're going to have a match. It was just a really cool segment. I didn't write too much about it, but I just like kind of I feel like it's going to be a really good match. I like the dynamic between the two. I really like Roddy. He's one of my favorite guys in Ring of Honor. He kind of, in a way, I figured this out tonight, or the other night when I was watching this. He kind of reminds me of Dean Malenko a little bit. Just he's that shorter guy, kind of stockier, but he's not going to back down to anybody, But I really like him. I think, like I said, I think they're going to put on a really good match. I feel like they're two guys that could put on a really great match together. Any thoughts on this segment?
Yeah. I definitely like this segment with Jay Lethal and Roddy. I thought this was a really good segment. It kind of did what it needed to do. It made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense that Jay Lethal would say he's not vacating anything. Why should he? He's the champ. Darn it. It's a staple of the podcast at this point. But yeah, it's one of those things where he doesn't really need to vacate him. He's gonna defend it because he's the best. in the world right now. You know, he's got 2 belts. You know, I love how he still carries the television title, kind of similar to like you would carry a book. He did, and it's the original television title that they pointed out too. So I don't know if that kind of tells you that that's the one he sees as more important, because when he had the only television title, he carried that one, kind of with a little more respect, I guess you could say. And this time he kind of had the Ring of Honor title on his shoulder. Not that doesn't show respect, because people do it all the time. I'm just saying it was just different. I was just interested in that, how he had the Ring of Honor World title on his shoulder and he had the television title where it was originally. Maybe he was just, he wasn't no use to moving spots. Just add one on there and you're good. But yeah, I definitely I like this. I'm excited for Roddy Strong versus Lethal, though. I think it's going to be good, and I think Lethal's got a television title match against, who was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. Darn. But he's got a television title match, I think, next week, actually. So that'll be quite interesting as well. Definitely.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was against. I'll think of it like halfway through this next match or something like that, or like next Thursday or something. I'll be like, hey, it was that. I don't think I'll be here next Thursday. I don't know. Whatever. I'll figure it sometime. Anyway, so next we get a 6-man tag, which are always awesome in Ring of Honor. They just know how to do 6-man tags. I've said it in the past. I'll say it again. They know how to do 6-man tags. WWE, you need to watch this. You need to watch these matches. Anyway, you're not going to, because you're WWE. You'll sign the guys after they leave Ring of Honor and TNA, but you won't watch the show. I'm done. I'm done ranting. I'm sorry. It wasn't even a John Cena rant, but John Cena. So anyway, we get the Kingdom versus Michael Elgin and Red Dragon, which I thought was a unique pairing there. I'm going to go ahead and give you this match because I didn't give you a match or any segment this time, so I'm going to give you that one because, yeah, it's the only other match that's there.
All right. So we got the Kingdom featuring Matt Taven, Michael Bennett, and Adam Cole, baby, and Maria Kanellis. You can't leave her out. You can't leave her out. Have you seen her? Have you seen? No.
You gotta say Maria Kanellis, baby. You have to say all of them. All of them.
It's Matt Taven, baby, Maria Kanellis, baby, and Michael Bennett, baby, and of course Adam Cole, baby. You gotta say it to all of them. And then we had Red Dragon. Okay, baby, why not, right? And Michael Elgin, baby, why not? You might as well. Which I thought was an interesting team. And I was kind of interested in this. I was interested in this team and why they were pairing together, because Elgin's kind of been out on his own, kind of not really caring about anyone, just really himself and the Ring of Honor World title, which I thought this was a cool pairing. And I thought it was cool. I like how the commentators did mention that Elgin's kind of changing, and that kind of made kind of a little bit of sense with him pairing with Red Dragon being a really good face tag team. Maybe he's trying to change his ways a little bit. But in these 6-man tag matches, you always see everyone doing moves at the same time, which is cool. But it's not like, it's one of those things where you see it in one frame. You see it inside of the picture. You don't see it like one person doing a move outside of the ring, the other person doing a move inside the ring, and one person's doing a move on top of a fan. You don't see it that way. You see it, all together, and I think that's really cool how they do that. And it's always like a similar move. It's not like anything that's like too ridiculously far off from each other. These matches are, and even when it's not, like even when it's kind of even slower paced, it's not like overkill where it's like too slow for too long where you get bored with it, which is also a good thing I like about these 6-man tag matches. The Destroyer to Elgin, I think it killed him. I think he did. Because like I saw that and I was like, ow. I think he might be done for the rest of his career. Um, but Cole and O'Reilly, they work so well together. I like to see them in like a singles match. For some sort of title in the future, that would be so great, or just a singles match in general, because it would be good anyway. They work so well together. I felt like chasing the dragon on Cole for the win. This was a good match. I more so wrote more about like why I liked the match more than specific stuff, because I thought it was just instead of me trying to keep up with everything that was going on in the match and write it down, I just kind of did it this way. It's a little bit of a different taste to it. One thing I did like though is Matt Taven has kind of become his own character a little bit. I feel like when he first came back, he kind of was just in the background. He kind of just seemed like a poor man's Adam Cole, and I didn't know who Matt Taven was when he first came back. So and I like that he's kind of created his own. He still he hasn't changed much as far as his hair or anything, like nothing like that. But he just seems to be more of his own character now. Now that he's the IWGP tag team titles with Michael Bennett. I think that's kind of cool that's happened. I'll just get to the post match and then I'll let Casey do its thing, do his thing over there. Cole was kind of showing respect with the handshake, and the Kingdom doesn't do that. Maria Kanellis, she's not having that. Um, so he shakes everybody's hands, and the Kingdom is like in shock and upset about it. So I'm just kind of curious. Is this the end of Adam Cole and the Kingdom? I don't think this is the end of the Kingdom. They're tag team champions, and I take it they may even be making a run at the Ring of Honor tag team champions. But I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with Adam Cole now. Maybe he goes after the TV title. I'm not sure if he's held that yet. Especially if Jay Lethal does lose it sometime in the near future, maybe Cole kind of goes on his own again and does his thing. I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with Adam Cole and this whole Kingdom thing. They've been building this up for the last couple of weeks. So, Casey, you got any thoughts?
I do.
All that stuff.
I do have a couple, one, two, three, maybe four, maybe five thoughts, maybe even six. No, not six. I have six thoughts, but not on this situation. I have multiple thoughts. Anyway, I really like this match. Like you were saying, with how they do multiple moves in one sequence, in one camera shot. It's not like WWE where one person gets in the ring, does a move on somebody else, and then somebody else comes in, does a move on that person, somebody else comes in, does a move on that person. I don't like when they do that because it's boring. It's so predictable. I like when you can see all of them doing something at the same time. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool. Um, you know, Cole and O'Reilly do work well together. I agree. I think I'm pretty sure they were used to being a tag team together. I think they were in Future Shock together. I'm pretty sure. Um, and as for after the match, I hope we're getting maybe an Adam Cole face turn. I would like to see him more as a face. It seems like that's going to happen now. He is such a kind of a fan favorite, and you know, I wasn't sure if they were breaking up the Kingdom because you saw some issues with them last week. Where you thought they were gonna fight there for a little bit after their loss last week, but apparently that's not gonna happen. I guess Adam Cole is just gonna leave, and maybe they're gonna have a feud with him. I don't know. Maybe he'll get another partner. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope something good comes out of it. But it was just a good match. I like Michael Elgin teaming with Red Dragon. I wasn't sure how well that was gonna work. It seemed weird to me that they would team together. Not that they're anything that they're enemies or anything. It's just it seemed like a weird teaming to me at first. But they worked really well together, which I like. And I feel like a lot of people in Ring of Honor work well together, as opposed to WWE, where there's only certain guys that really work well together. You know, like Dolph Ziggler works well with everybody, but like if you put John Cena in a tag team match with the Big Show, it's going to be the worst match ever. Ever, ever. You put John Cena in any match, it's going to be the worst. But anyway, um, sorry, I had to get a John Cena rant in there. No, but definitely a good match. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for the TV title match. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, we'll see more of what happens with the Kingdom and Adam Cole, baby. And maybe some see what happens with the ROH tag team titles because we didn't see the Addiction this week, which was weird. I was like, where the Addiction at? And where's Chris Sabin? He was there, and now he's gone. Where he at, though? I want to see Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Get Alex Shelley, please. Bring back the Motor City Machine Guns, please. My favorite tag team ever, except for the Hardy Boys. Back when they were good. Not that they're not good anymore, just when they were young and TLC matches and Team Extreme. Anyway. We're gonna stop this episode before we just get on random rants. Wait, do we have more? Was there more? There was. Oh, okay. I thought there was there wasn't more. My DVR ended. What are you talking about? Um, he has a point that he has to make, so I'm gonna let him make that point.
Um, one thing real quick that I don't really like about the Ring of Honor, like the kind of the cross promotional stuff, is that I don't get to see all the guys that I like all the time, and sometimes the storylines don't develop like I want them to. I guess kind of more so like I'm used to seeing them develop in other companies. Um, I mean, because I like that they don't have to develop them every week, but like like I kind of miss guys like Moose and guys like even the kind of the tag teams, like who's the Addiction gonna face next? We don't know yet. And I kind of want some build up to that because they got a pay per view kind of really soon. Like it felt like we just had one, but like they have one coming up like really soon, I think. I'm pretty sure they said tonight. So like I feel like I'm like missing a lot. Um, with some of these cross promotional stuff because I'm like, but wait, who's this guy gonna face and who's he gonna face? But what about that? Some of the stuff I feel like I'm just missing out on. But not a big.
Yeah, and I think that similar issue with that is just the cons of having just an hour show. You don't get to see all the guys, even when it's not cross promotion. You still don't get to see all the guys that you would want to see, and sometimes you have to wait, a week or two, or sometimes even 3 weeks to see a certain, wrestler that you want to see, just because the show is only an hour, so there's only a certain amount of matches, only a certain amount of people that can be on the show. So that's just one downfall of it. But all in all, it's still good, and I still like, the cross promotion. Gives us a chance to see guys from like New Japan that maybe we wouldn't be able to see unless we go into like Watch Wrestling or something like that, or find other websites, which isn't always easy to do. So it's just kind of cool. But yeah, there's always going to be pros and cons to professional wrestling because we can't just have everything we want. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't get it. Why can't we just have everything we want? Why? Why can't Dean Ambrose win the title? Why? Sorry, we're not talking about that. We'll get to that at the next pay-per-view. We'll get to that. But anyway, that is it for our Ring of Honor review for this week. We will be back for next week's, and then we'll be here for TNA. We'll be here for NXT. We'll be here for your grandma's birthday if it's coming up. We'll say something to her. We're like, hey, grandma, what's up? If she's a wrestling fan, we'll be like, what's up, brother? I don't know. I don't do really good Hogan impressions. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't. But we're gonna close out the show because I don't know what we're talking about anymore. We're talking about your grandma's birthday, which we will gladly come to if you'll have us and there's cake. If there's not cake, we're not coming. But if there's cake, we'll come. So you can press the end button because I'm gonna stop talking now. Peace.